Hey, what's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well. Hey, I got a question, more or less a statement, but at what point are some of you guys going to realize just because you spend more money for a dog does not mean that you're getting a top quality product nor top quality service? Reason why I say that, because I had a young man reach out to me probably about a month ago. He saw my pups when they were about 3 or 4 weeks old. He inquired and he asked, hey, the usual questions, how much your pups, blah, 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 so on and so forth. And he went on to tell me the story of his experience with another breeder. And at this time, there's no love lost there at all, but the breeder was like Amy Blackwell. And he said that he bought a dog from her for, I think somewhere around $3,500, $3,600. He said he looked online, liked what she had. They did a normal song and dance. He sent his money. And granted, he spent this kind of money with no papers. Because obviously he wanted a puppy. Now, fast forward, guy wants wants papers, then turns around and says, ask her, hey, can I get the papers? She says, okay, there's going to be additional fee. So now he told me this number, $4,600 that he spent for an American Bulldog, which is absolutely insane. His complaint is the treatment after the sale, or after he got. He got this puppy got older. Puppy had no balls as he grew up, no testicles, couldn't walk, had bad hip issues, and later on the dog died. So almost $5,000 down the drain. Now, what's the normal thing that you do, guys? You contact the breeder and say, what's the remedy for that? And then this is where the downward spiral starts. He claims that he provided the paperwork, yada, yada, yada. Hey, I'll replace it. Next litter never happens. Hey, I'll send you half. Back and forth. And he was just so upset with the service. Now, to me, he reached out to me. He asked me, hey, how much are your dogs? What are you willing to do? So on and so forth. This guy is in Maryland. Told him I got family in Maryland. So we just, we chit-chatted a little bit. But here's the issue here. You guys got this, particularly you new breeders out there. You guys got to wake up. And I would say sometimes that you would say, hey, you got to blame the breeder for doing this to you. But a lot of you guys are voluntarily becoming victims out there because you don't do your research. And you really don't know what you're buying from whom or what. I think a lot of you guys get it mixed up because you see a person out there has supposedly really nice dogs, that those dogs are really good quality dogs. Because they charge X amount of dollars, that means that product is a better quality product than somebody else who charges $1,500 or $2,000, whatever it is. And that's just not the case in this breed. I've been in this thing almost 2 decades. And it's a saying that my man Ricardo Hernandez always said back in the day, there's a sucker born every day. And a lot of these breeders know that you guys are uneducated, that there's a vast amount of information that's not available to you all anymore, and you don't know any better. So that personally comes down to your ignorance, and somewhat being naive and not asking the right questions, nor asking about the right questions about the breeders that you're buying dogs from. You don't do the research. You get so enamored with seeing this particular bulldog or the pictures or the likes. That's what you guys get all so hyped over, is the likes, that you think, hey, I got my money's burning a hole in my pocket and I'm about to strike it rich. I'm about to make just as much money as that veteran breeder or so you believe. And you get burned like this. And you guys get burned like that a lot. And what we're seeing is in this climate, in the dynamic is that we're seeing less and less educated supposed breeders and less educated consumers. Because for a lot of these guys, as I said before, a lot of these guys, breeding bulldogs, American Bulldogs, is a hustle for a lot of these guys. And I always had this saying is that desperate people would do desperate things. And in that fact of desperation, they don't care whether they're putting a good product out or a bad product, because they got your money already. And best of luck to you. And if I really press and ask certain questions, there's a lot of those questions that you can ask to certain supposed veteran breeders out there. They are afraid to answer or can't answer. And then all of a sudden, here comes the major defense. Are you just a hater? Or you're this, or you're that? Because they're uneducated and they're not as smart as they want you to believe they are. A lot of these guys are decent marketers. And then there's a lot of them that have hopped on the bandwagon or that have gotten validation from certain people to give them supposed credibility. But I guarantee you, and this is going to be a multifaceted, I guarantee you some of these veteran breeders that you see out here, if they actually ever brought their dogs out in person for people to see outside of their yard or outside of their home state, more than likely you wouldn't be as enamored or impressed with those dogs if you've seen them in person. So shout out to the people who actually stand on business and stand behind their product and take care of their customers the way they're supposed to and provide top quality service along with the product. And to you guys out there who's doing new guys like this, shame on you.